Passports at the ready. Where will WWE travel to for premium live events in 2025? One of the most exciting things in pro wrestling for me right now as an international fan is seeing WWE go overseas for premium live events, for B pay-per-views if you will, for the likes of Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, as well as we've had Bash in Berlin this year in Germany, we've had Clash at the Castle in Scotland and the United Kingdom as well, and we've even seen the likes of Backlash being hosted in Puerto Rico and France. So I wanted to sort of have myself think, let's look at the WWE calendar for 2025 and where we think WWE may travel to, and just for a little bit of extra bit of spice, I may even predict what shows as well. So what we know so far, the Royal Rumble of course will be in the United States in Indianapolis, and WrestleMania will be taking place in Las Vegas. Both will be in the States. We have 2 shows in Saudi Arabia every year as well. It looks to be in May time, which of course this year was King and Queen of the Ring, and Crown Jewel seems to be a stable in October. So starting with Elimination Chamber, which this year was in Australia, of course previously has been in Saudi Arabia as well. I am going to predict that we are going to get a premium live event in Japan next year. That's right, as the fact we have Wrestle Kingdom as well for New Japan Pro Wrestling in January, on January the 4th. It's usually the high season for the Japanese market for professional wrestling, and obviously WWE treats pro wrestling very serious at the turn of the year, obviously between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I think it'll be pretty special to see a premium live event in Japan as well, and I'll go one step further. I think it's going to be attempted to be done in the Tokyo Dome. Moving on to WrestleMania, we know will be in Vegas, so let's move on to Backlash. I'm going to guess Mexico. I think that WWE is long overdue a show there. They've done actually a house show tour there this year as well in Mexico, just like they've done in Japan as well, by the way. So I think they've been testing the markets. I can see perhaps maybe Backlash Cancun, for example, something like that could be quite fun. Of course, with a lot of Lucha Libre style wrestlers as well, I think it'd be great to see them on the platform for Backlash. Rey Mysterio as well has said on an interview with Chris Van Vliet that there could be a potential retirement spot for him. Could that be something that we could see in 2025? Clash at the Castle is the next show that would follow, and I want to do something a bit different because, well, where we have had, for example, Backlash, we mentioned before, we've been in France, WWE have rumoured to have a show in Italy. That's something that's come from Sportscheda. Triple H has also said about it in a press conference as well. So for me, I think Italy is a destination we will see in 2025. However, I think instead of Clash at the Castle, we're going to get Clash at the Colosseum. I think that would be a really fun name for a show as well. Is it going to be in and around the summertime or just after SummerSlam? We'll have to wait and see. It depends how WWE wants to shuffle the calendar, but I think Italy is going to be a hotspot for WWE this upcoming year. As for Money in the Bank, I'm actually going to predict something quite unusual. I think it's going to be in the US. I think that will be a show that they're going to break things up, because for SummerSlam, I've got something a little bit different in mind. I think the United Kingdom is going to be getting SummerSlam next year. Now, hold off and let me say what I've got to say quickly before everyone thinks, hang on, you're crazy. Triple H and Nick Khan have been to the United Kingdom. They've spoken with the London Mayor. They have spoken about potentially doing a WrestleMania or a big show in London. Well, to do WrestleMania in London probably isn't going to make a lot of sense due to the weather. It's probably a good chance that it'll probably rain and probably be even colder than it was in Philly this year. So I'm not sure that's going to work at this particular stage. However, SummerSlam, it's the summertime. More likely the sunshine will be out. I think it gives pretty much the UK market a big show to look forward to. Also, if it's at Wembley Stadium, AEW have announced they will be doing All In the USA in 2025. Potentially, this can be the fact of, I don't know, not wanting to run the building in 2025, or it could be the fact that they know WWE is going to be running that market in 2025, and they just are going to get out of the way and go back a year later. So I have a feeling that the UK is going to get a big show, and I think SummerSlam could be the one. I initially had thought we were going to get a show in Ireland in 2025, but with the news that's been going on with meeting the London Mayor, I just have a feeling that a big show is coming. And Michael Cole was also asked the question, where is SummerSlam going to be in 2025 when we already know it's going to be a 2-night event in Minnesota starting in 2026? As we get into the autumn and winter season, WWE usually stays in the United States for their shows. I think they'll be home in the US for the Survivor Series, as they're in Canada this year. And I also think that perhaps maybe the September show may be also in the United States, which of course this year is Bash in Berlin in Germany. They had Payback the year before, which of course was in the States. I think they'll do that again. But Bad Blood, if that sticks around, I say that will be in Canada in October. Mainly reason for that is purely based on the reason that, well, Canada usually gets one premium live event a year. They've actually got two this year. They actually have Money in the Bank and Survivor Series. Last year they had Elimination Chamber, so I'm going to go for Bad Blood is where it will be the Canadian PLE for next year. So that's my predicted of where I think WWE will be traveling internationally to in 2025. Of course, this is predictions. If you want to know what I actually wanted, I would have liked to see every show in Europe, just because of the fact that that's where I'm based and I'm biased. But to let me know what you think in the comments below. Where do you think that WWE will be traveling internationally to in 2025? Any different places to what I've said, and what shows do you reckon they will be linked to as well? If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share with a friend, and subscribe as well. Thank you for watching as always, and who knows, maybe we just might see each other at a PLE in 2025. Take care, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time here on YouTube.